If you train long enough, or you're just starting in martial arts and you're over 40, you're going to feel pain. But here's the problem. Most people panic at the wrong time. They think pain means injury, and injury means stopping forever. That mistake is killing progress in martial arts for people that are over 40. So let's fix that today. We're going to slow it down a little bit this week, and we're going to talk about pain versus injury and talk about some things that you can do to help with that. Pain and injury are not the same thing. Pain is information. Injury is damage. And your job as a martial artist isn't to avoid pain, it's to understand what type of pain that you're dealing with. Most beginners lump everything into just one category. Something hurts, so I'm broken. But experienced fighters and martial artists think a little differently. They'll ask themselves, is this discomfort from effort or is it damage from structure? There are 3 types of pain you'll feel in training. First is training pain. That's the burn in your legs from kicking, the fatigue in your shoulders from guard work. That's normal, everybody has that. That's adaptation happening. Second is protective pain. This is your body saying, okay, chief, slow down. Something's overloaded here. And it might feel sharp or unfamiliar, but it's not necessarily damage yet. And third is injury pain. And this is the one that you do not ignore. It's sharp, consistent, and gets worse when you try to push through it. This is where most people mess up. They try to tough it out on the wrong type. Here's a simple rule I use for myself and my students when I was teaching. If it warms up and improves as you move, you're probably okay. If it stays the same or gets a little worse as you train, you stop and you reassess. And if it changes your mechanics, like you start overcompensating or you're limping, that's not toughness anymore, that's risk. Tough fighters and tough martial artists don't ignore the signals, they interpret them correctly. This is where martial arts gets deeper than technique, because the goal isn't just to train harder, it's to train longer. And one bad decision around pain can take you out for weeks or even months. And that not only goes for us over 40, it's for all you young people out there who think they are tough and will just work through it. But understanding pain versus injury, that keeps you on the mat, and that's how you actually get dangerous over time. And this pain versus injury is exactly why I talked about this in another video. The 3 types of training that you need, especially if you're over 40. Because if all you're doing is hitting pads and sparring, guess what? You're gonna feel more pain and you will eventually get injured. You need 3 types of supporting training for your martial arts. First is strength training. That protects your joints and makes your body more resilient to impact. Second is mobility work or yoga. That keeps your range of motion clean so you're not forcing your body into positions that you're just not ready for. And third is light circuit training. That builds conditioning without beating your body up. This is how you stay in the game, not by avoiding pain, but by building yourself up so you can handle it. There's also another video I want you to go check out regarding recovery days, so make sure you watch that after you're done with the 3 types of supporting training. So don't ask yourself, does it hurt? I'm 50, everything hurts. Ask, what is this pain telling me? And then build your training around that answer. If you get that right, you don't just become tougher, you become harder to break. And that's how you keep training for years, not just a couple months. So one final piece of advice on this, there were times in my 35-year career where I was injured and I was unable to participate. However, I still went to class so I could watch, observe, take in any new knowledge that I would have missed if I stayed home due to my injury. So go to class, pay attention, you're probably paying for the class anyway. If you're serious about martial arts that actually lasts, from mindset to mobility to striking, this is what we're building here. So hit subscribe and stay in it with me.